part 2 of my whip parade. This is my once a year big video, and I will show you many different whips. If you haven't seen part 1, I link it down below. You will see all the information on the bottom of the screen. If I forget to say anything about fabric or pattern or anything, you will see before and after pictures from last year and the numbers I did this year. I try to make it quick, but I can't stop rambling. Have fun. Please leave a like and a comment down below. It really helps tremendously. I've been working on this for like 4 days now. I'm sitting like for one full day only cutting these big long videos, so please just leave a smiley or leave Merry Christmas or anything you want to say. Tell me you watched the video. It helps so much. I really hope like some people see it. Not unlike last year, not many people clicked on my videos, and I'm a bit sad about that. I'd be so happy for your support and to hear from you. Have fun watching. And next, this is the Magic Raccoon from Needle Lot Designs. Let me try and get you a bit closer. He's so cute. Look at him. It's 16 count. I think in the future, whenever I want to stitch on Ada, I will go for something like that. That's pretty small. Yeah, these are 700 stitches. I'm planning on finishing him next year because I think that's absolutely doable. I adjusted the fabric color a bit with some lighter purples. Let me adjust the... with my white hand can lower the the brightness of my camera. So, and it's very fun to stitch. I think all Needle Lot designs are so fun to stitch, and as well many witchy stitcher patterns because they have like lots of blocks of color and not too much confetti. So very fun to do. And yeah, that's a finish for next year, hopefully. And next project, this is the Strawberry Ghost by Mama Witch X Stitch. I love her designs, and her designs are so cheap. I'm always incredulous that she can sell them at such a low price. They're so cute. I have many patterns of hers and many starts planned. And this was my first time stitching 1/1 full cross on 40 count. And I absolutely love it. I struggled with the 25 count from the Heaven and Earth Owl, but I'm now thinking, but I've talked about that already. I'm now thinking that it was the floss and not the fabric, because when I use a bright lamp, this works really great. And it's super cute, and I have many of her patterns that I want to stitch on dark fabric on 40 count now. Yeah, that's my new obsession. And this is a mix of DMC and Max colors, and they both look nice, and this is actually, I think, DMC even. And I really like the coverage. In real life you even see a little bit more dark through, but I think it's absolutely fine. And I've seen other people stitch on 40 count and they didn't like it, if I remember correctly, and I'm like, this is perfect. This is perfect. I'm even thinking about stitching Mirabilias on 40 count, but then I will have an issue with the beads. So I'm thinking about trying to do a 40 count piece and try beading between like crosses. So doing like little test samples to see if I like the Petite Miyuki beads. I think that's the smallest one you can get on the market, and try for them if I can use them, because I would really love to do the Mirabilias on 40 count. That's it. I'm going for a finish in next year for this one, but I will start another Mama Witch right away. Next new start is Eat the Rich by Broomsticks and Bobbins. I'm so sorry that she's not posting anymore. I really hope she's okay and keeps continuing maybe with designing, because I really love her designs. Please check her out if you like the witchy kind of stuff. It's not all political. That's her only political cross stitch, I think. She has like something about the earth, which is very pretty. I'm really contemplating starting that next. And yeah, I love the design. The color is Darkest Sky. It's 40 count, 1/1. Again, love the coverage. I love stitching on it. I love how my stitches look. And I am working with DMC light effects. And I don't hate it. But I wouldn't do it again, I think, next time. But I had it in stash, so I didn't buy it especially for this. This is all stash colors. I think the coverage again is awesome. It's fun to do, and whenever I want to finish this, of course, next year. But I'm afraid I will probably start another Broomsticks and Bobbins, and I'm scared that one day she decides to close her shop overall, and so I might want to get all the patterns I want while I can from her. Yeah, that's 500 was the start. This is a WIPGO start. Are you as excited as I am when you see Contessa? Of course, this is Contessa with Squid, and I've been eyeing her for such a long time and finally got her when she was charted by Unconventional X. She has Omar Ryan now in her portfolio, and yeah, I got the mini version because I saw the Stitchy Veg had the Heaven and Earth mini version and it looked very, very good, and also the rendering of this one looked very good, so I'm confident that with such a small size I can have a very nice finish of Contessa. I don't really have any plans for her, but ideally I would love to finish her a quarter. But that's pretty ambitious. I don't think that's realistic. But can you see, these are 1,500 stitches, and I already could start on her arms, 10 tentacles, or hair, tentacle hair. It's fun to stitch. It's 25 count. It's a mix of Max and DMC colors. I love the colors in here, golden browns and beautiful greens, and there will be teals later on. Can't wait to see the details on her face and can't wait to stitch on it. I haven't stitched on her for my stitch finale, so I will put 200 stitches before the year ends, but I'm very, very ambitious to continue stitching her, but I have so many projects that I want to do too. I don't know when I can do her. But I mean, WIPGO took really lots of stitching time last month, and I reduced the amount of I want to do on Gamer, so I have hope that I can do more than 1,500 on her. Like when I started her, it was a WIPGO start, and I planned on doing 500 only for my WIPGO starts, and I couldn't stop, so I did another 1,000. I mean, that says all, right? Next, another project I'm too excited about, and a very new fabric type I discovered. These are the gorgeous threads for this project. Love all of the autumn colors. So, well, these are 2,000 stitches, started this year again. This is by 2 Legs Make 1X, and I'm still waiting for her to release more patterns. But at the same time, I'm glad she doesn't. She has really great patterns, and she has really great artists that I'm expecting to get more from. Hello, Zarimoth, please? But I do have enough to stitch. So I love this design. I'm following the artist now. She's actually German, which is pretty cool. And I think she's studying something biology-ish and posts about that, so that's especially interesting. Yeah, so I love the design, and I tried a new fabric, and usually I'm always telling everybody, if you try something new, don't use it for a big project. And well, I broke my own rules, because what else are rules for? And so this is a 24 count Congress cloth. I saw this on Jurgita's channel, Jurgita Stitches. It's like stitching with Jurgita and coffee or something. She has way too few subscribers, You need to check her out. I love her cross stitching. I wouldn't stitch anything she does, but she stitches a lot. Every time she does a very well structured update, she has so much to show, and recently she's trying out a lot of new things, new types of cross stitch, new types of embroidery. She does like these little dolls, like porcelain dolls that you cross stitch like skirts for and stuff. So I think it's very interesting to see her channel. And she used this for some projects. And Olesa Stitches, she's also posting lots of things, especially like reels of her stitching, which are so satisfying to watch. I love it so much. But yeah, so I got curious about this and wanted to try and find it, which wasn't as easy. So even I had to ask my sales rep from Zweigart if they have this fabric, and it's not in their official catalog listed actually. So I will list this in my shop, of course, to share it with you if you want to buy a piece. But so let me tell you all about this. It is a little bit bigger, a little tiny bit bigger than 25 count. And that makes all of the difference. And it's meant for hardanger, and it is very stiff. So most people usually hate stiff, but the size is amazing because the needle just flows right through. It's not an issue at all. The only problem is that if you're using 2 strands, you have to pull a bit more, and that's strains my fingers a bit, but I still love the look because my stitches look so nice. And if you do full crosses, it's no problem at all. It flows through the fabric so easily. And something I want to try and share with you, of course, the results of is putting it into water and let it soak with some vinegar, white vinegar. It's supposed to soften fabric and also remove like stiffener, starches and stuff, and possibly a bit whitener. So it will get softer, and as those are mostly polyester flosses, I'm not worried that they might bleed or something. So I want to try that soon. Maybe the 2 strands get a bit easier to pull through if I remove a bit of starch here. If that is possible. I will let you know, of course, in my next update. So Olesa said, I also asked her about this fabric on my research for it, because I didn't even know what it was called. That she absolutely dislikes it. She just uses it because she has bought a lot of it and now has to use it all up. But Rogita actually really likes it, and I have to say, this could become my favorite go-to full coverage fabric, and I'm planning on starting another full coverage on this because I can't stop myself, but it's more for you to see. And yeah, so that's one issue. The next one is, it's not an issue. Up until now, I have only one issue, and so a great thing is that I can do 10 stitch with 2 strands for the background, which is like not many color changes, and it goes fast. It goes like a breeze. I'm so fast with it. And then I can do full crosses whenever I have like confetti areas or more of detail. So I plan on doing all of the motif itself in full crosses in the background. In half crosses, it's perfect. And with 25 count, I tend to see a difference, but here I don't really see any difference. Do you? Do you see a difference from the full crosses? Like a really noticeable. Of course, you see it a little bit, but not really. And look at these stitches. Finally, it's the same with 40 count. I'm finally happy with how my stitches lay. I'm so trying to stitch neatly, but it never really works out. And this is Max Floss and DMC mixed, and some CXC I think too. And you don't see the difference. It's just the amount of room and space that you need for those thicker flosses for them to look really, really nice. But only if you're as crazy, obsessively, yeah, looking for a perfect look. I mean, there's people that are more extreme than me, but still. It's still not perfect, but it's perfect enough for me. I'm finally happy with how my stitches look. I can't explain to you the feeling of, I finally found my fabric. Now, I will have to try and see if I can soften it, but this is how far I am. And yeah, the issue, now to the issue. The thing is, I have started with the half crosses, and I didn't think about that I would do the full crosses the other way that I'm used to. So the top leg usually is like that. I do the bottom leg like that and do the top leg like that. And I'm so used to it, and I didn't do this here. So I have to stitch like that because I started, as I'm used to the look that the top stitches go this way, I didn't think about that it will be difficult down here. Because again, I think I already said that I try to come up in the non-stitched hole and go down in the stitched hole, so the stitches look better. And so, but what I have to do then is going from here to here, which makes it more difficult working from left to right. I would have to work from right to left, so this is working. Especially maybe from the bottom right to the top left, but I'm still not 100% sure if I'm thinking this correctly. Now, I have watched Sean P. Stitches. You should all go check him out if you like full coverage. He has like a crazy, every year he has a very big whip parade. I love to watch all of his whips. He has so many. And but I feel bad for him because he always says that he makes plans and he feels bad that he never like sticks to them. And I always make plans and I never stick to them, but I never feel bad about it. It's just the way it is. It's fun. Even the plans are fun. Don't take it too seriously. But I don't think he's taking it too seriously. Anyway, now what he does is on some whips he does a diagonal through the middle from the bottom left to the top, from the top left to the bottom right, with like 10 or 20 stitches wide. And I really like that idea. Now his thought was that he will get to see all the colors from the background to the front and center to the bottom. So I'm thinking maybe this year I will try to do a page finish and maybe finish this piece and then start working to the bottom, and then from there on work upwards. And yeah, maybe that way it's more comfortable for me to stitch. I have to think a little bit too much for my taste now, but it's not too bad. I love the fabric so much. But that's why I'm thinking maybe I will do another start with another full coverage project that is only full crosses, and that's the right way around. I don't want to restart it. I really don't. It's okay. It's not that bad, but now you know. Well, this is another project that I'm unable to shut up about. I just talked again for ages in German. So this is the Witchy Stitcher tarot cards. And yeah, I started it on 16 count and 2/1, and I again had the same issue as I have with most fabrics that everybody uses. I don't like how the Iro and CXC looks on here. I don't think I even use CXC, it's simply Iro, and this is DMC, and you see the difference. I mean, it looks okay, but it wasn't fun to have it look like that. This is absolutely fun to stitch, this is not. And I'm using Iro and DMC options because DMC is way over €1 here in Europe. You can't get it any cheaper. It's already, I think, the cheapest in Germany. And the prices go up and up and up, and I just can't afford to buy DMC. So yeah, I have to find other ways. And at the same time, to me, the 16 count tarot are a bit too big for my taste. So let's get back a bit. Like, this is my hand. Those are huge, huge cards. And I don't want to hang them on my wall. These are not like my style, but I think they're so fun to stitch because I love to work with vibrant colors and pinks and everything. Something that I usually would never if I intended to put it on my wall. Now, I decided these are 500 stitches. This is so frustrating. They look like nothing, those tarot cards, but they are like 5,000, I think. Almost 5,000 stitches. Now, I restarted them. I was so hesitant to do that because I was so traumatized by the owl on that blue, which I absolutely did not enjoy. And then I thought, oh, but you really like stitching on 40 count now. Why not try 25? Why not give it a go? And I started this and I absolutely love it. It looks perfect. It's fun. It's not too bulky. It pops so nice. I don't know, it's in like next level how these tiny stitches pop against the dark fabric. And I will do all of them. All the cards, all the Witchy Stitcher Patreons. They're in such a nice small size that they all fit on a fabric square like this. So I cut like, I have bolts of fabric, so I cut like a full row and cut them all up into little squares. So all of the cards fit on here, and even the Live Love Lobotomy, and maybe even Vampire. I haven't checked that yet, but they could, because 25 count is small. This is how it looks like close up. I started to back Witchy Stitcher now on Patreon when she released her Vampire pattern, because I thought I have to have it and I want to buy every pattern anyways she releases. Like, I would stitch anything she does. It's so cute, and look how nice those stitches look like. And this is the same floss as, this is Iro. It's the same floss as the other on the 16 count, and I think the difference is clearly visible. Maybe it doesn't look as bad to you as it did for me, but you know, look at this. This doesn't look nice. I worked so hard to get them to look nice, but they did not. This looks ugly. I hate it. Especially up here. Look at how wonky those stitches look. I don't know what to do, but now I'm happy. This is perfection. And they really pop so nicely against the black. I can't wait. I want to stitch them all. So these were 500. And I think this is 500 too, but it looks like nothing. I can't imagine this is 500. But yeah, well, that's how it is. And now I have a bag that's only Witchy Stitcher. Maybe I will do another bag, because I figured that she has similar colors for all of her grays and reds and black patterns. So I could do like a project bag with like full skeins just for Witchy Stitcher. So I don't even have to kit up anything, maybe just add another new color. But yeah, I don't have to, I can just start them all in a row without kitting anything. So this is an UFO. I don't know what to do with this leftover fabric now. We'll see. Now, just a quick haul. I know it's random. It's not something you would expect in a whip parade, but I haven't filmed, and I probably won't film a floss tube anytime soon. So why not show you what I got? So just very quickly, let me go over this. And you will see why. So DMC is pretty expensive in Europe, you know that, and so I got these two off of Facebook Marketplace for a good price. And then I purchased this from my local online shop for cross-stitch supplies. They have the cheapest prices for DMC, I think, anywhere, and they had to raise their prices. So before that happened, I thought, okay, let me get everything I need for the next time. And I kitted up my Mirabilias in here, fully kitted, I think, mostly kitted. Cathedral Woods Goddess, which I still have to restart, but now I'm not even sure if I want to start her next or some of the other Mirabilias that I have, because I've been working around Cathedral Woods Goddess as much that think I'm interested in starting another one first, before that. So it's Cathedral Woods Goddess, Muka, Fairy Idol, which is out of print, but I got a hand on that, and a hold of that, and what's the third? Lily of the Woods. So yeah, I want to put all of them on a similar fabric, and I'm still trying to dye the perfect piece. So I'm dyeing them all in one batch for all 4 ladies. So the decision is pretty tough, because I'm planning for several projects ahead. And then I purchased some grays and browns, because those are the colors that off brands mostly get wrong. And I think I have many, like I have some like goth black and white pieces that need very good gray shading. And if the shades are off, the shading just doesn't look right. So it's important that the gray tones are right in a full coverage with lots of pixel confetti. You don't really notice if a color is a bit too light or a bit too green or something, as long as the whole batch is like a bit too green, so it doesn't matter too much. But with the grays, and especially with the dark, with the dark gray, I think Max doesn't even have a dark gray as dark as 3799. So their 3799 is much lighter, which is very, very bad. So yeah, that's why I got those. And the reason I'm showing you actually is my next project. Let me introduce to you, or yeah, never mind. Let me introduce to you No Time Like the Present by Modern Folk Embroidery. You probably all have seen that already. And I totally forgot. This is 40 count Verdal. So this is the even weave version of my Newcastle linen that I got to love. As you can see, it's really nice and even and unironed. I don't know if you can see that, but it's like perfect. It's like Murano or Lugana, just very, very tiny and made of cotton. Now, I overthink everything, so I have thought about this for a long time. The fabric color is Angel Wings. It's like a super soft, marbly, snowy color, and I know that I have a piece of the vintage country mocha version of the gray and white of Zweigart, but I love the vintage country mocha version, but I don't like the white version, the white and gray marbling, because I think for me the marbling is too harsh. It's like a too dark of a gray on white, and this is a bit softer. That's why I like this better. And it has some blue hues, and it's just really looks like snow and like feathers of angels and everything. And you can make snow angels. That's why I thought I would name it Angel Wings. Now, I started this in black. This is only the black part. These are the first 500 stitches again, and I've changed a lot in this pattern. Not the pattern itself, but in the colorway. It is an adventure. I'm still not sure how it will turn out. I changed it. I put so many hours into charting this. I can't even imagine doing this whole chart from scratch. It already took me hours to decide which color I want in which corner, so it looks like well weighted and not too much of one color here and not there. You know what I mean. Now that's the reason why I ordered some floss. So first of all, I asked you on Instagram to help me, and I got some recommendations, which were Classic Color Works. And I found, while on my search, I found a German quilt shop, and they had a sale, and they sold some colors of Classic Color Works for a very good price. So I just grabbed some of the colors. They didn't even have a huge selection. I just bought anything that I remotely liked and thought I could use one day, because I don't really have a stash of variegated thread. I rarely use those, but I really want to use them more often. I'm scared now that I think they're too precious, so I never really use them. I should really try and use them. So it's Aura's Iris, Bejeweled. It's just because they're pretty. Then I have this gold, which I think I will really use, and I could even use here maybe. Beautiful color. Then these browns, I mean, you always need brown for something. This is a very pretty reddish, rich brown, very beautiful variation. German chocolate, and I think I could use this for Muka actually. And maybe some of these I can use for the Chatelaine too. Then I have this, just because I think they're pretty and I might want to use them in the future. You can always use those colors. Then next up, I got some variegated for the Mirabilias. While I was ordering the DMC, I just got some of those. And so I have Fathom, Moss, and Crisp Bonbon. And this is also possibly for the bed of Muka. And I think that one too. And I love just this color. This is for nothing in particular. So these are for Mirabilias too, I believe. Yes, maybe I still use this as well. Now, that's all my haul for now. That's all haul in this video. Okay, so now to the colors of this project. So I wanted to have like a mystical, like magical, like classical gold, blue, black combination. And these are the colors I ended up with, and I'm still not really sure which one I want to use. Because initially I thought maybe I will still go for the super dark blue. That's because I ordered some extras right here. And just in my German video, I put them all down alongside each other. So initially I planned on just doing this and then add a gold color, which I'm also not sure about. So maybe you have thoughts in the comments. Initially I wanted to do this, and now I'm thinking that I'm seeing this, maybe it is a bit too dark and too dull. Maybe I want more contrast. So someone also recommended Granny Annie, which I'm using now. And from the Facebook Marketplace I got a whole bunch of 796, which would be perfect to use up here. So maybe I want to do this. And in this pattern there are many parts of blue where there's only like little pieces, or maybe also in the border I will use it. And you won't really see the variation there, or I don't really want the variation there. So maybe I will just use this for the background, or for like big parts, big pieces where you see variation, and use the monochrome for other parts. So the color matches up perfectly. I think I like this better, to be honest. I think I prefer this. Do I? Maybe I have to pop this back into Photoshop and test it. This is another, yeah. Then for the gold, so this was my initial idea. I really like a more cool golden tone. There you can see how it looks like. But I also have this option, which is a very yellow golden, and usually I don't go for that. But seeing it along with those two colors, I think it matches my vision much better than this one. I think this is more exciting, isn't it? But maybe I don't want it too exciting. Do you know what I mean? I don't want it to be too playful and too childish, colorful. I want it to be elegant. This is a very elegant piece. Maybe it doesn't matter. Like, maybe everything will look amazing with whatever choice I make. But I have to make a choice. And I have purchased the complete colors. I have every single color from Petite Treasure Braid Metallics. So I will go through them and maybe I will find another gold that's like maybe a mix of those, something in between these two that I would find. I will make a video for sure one day about all Petite Treasure Braid. My brain, I've been talking like for 10 hours today, it feels like it. I've been calling people, there's my friend group is on fire right now. I've been recording. I'm like, my brain is dead now. But I really want to get this over with because I know from experience that after Christmas, nobody watches my Flosstube anymore. So I have to get it done now. Okay, yeah. What do you think? What would you do? I would go for maybe a very crazy option. But I really like the contrast of these. I like how this looks. And I will probably think weeks and weeks about what I want to do now. If I still, maybe it's mine. I mean, it's not that much black. Maybe I want to do this. I don't know. It will be very dark and maybe you won't even really notice the dark blue too much. Maybe I want to do this. No, this is so boring. That's too boring. I don't know. I don't know what to do. Yeah, that's the struggle of picking your own colors, but I just can't stop myself from doing it over and over again. I love the sound of these floss cards. You know, most of the time I really enjoy watching hauls from you guys, but mostly I like to watch it for this. ASMR, cross stitch ASMR. I like the sound of these cards so much. And they can, I'm working on a system so I can store these, but you will see that later. I will talk about organization too, which is not usual for a whip parade. I know, but I have to, because otherwise I won't ever show you, and I really want to show you. Good. I don't have a particular goal for this. And yeah, that's all I have to say now, for now. I have so many problems in my everyday life and I'm keep on making more in my hobby life with such decisions. I should just stitch things that I don't have to pick the color for. Okay, I'm trying to make this quick now. This is the Plants and Petrichor cell by Fine Frog Stitching. This was so much fun. I'd made some color changes. I'm still debating what I want to do because I have this cat. I started to make this cat black. It's gray in the original. And I know right now why the designer did that, because the black is pretty harsh and it's like, it's changing everything in the picture. It stands out a lot. And so in the top left corner, there's going to be a portrait of him. If I had a cat, it would be a male cat. I'd call him Rufus because of Deponia, a video game, and he would be black, of course. I love black cats. And so I wanted to modify it. I have a teapot or a coffee pot that looks like that. It's black and white striped with a yellow brim and rim? What is it called? And that was originally a yellow cup, and I would never ever in my whole life, I really dislike yellow. Yeah, so I changed that. Then I changed the blanket because I have a blanket that is dark blue with golden stars. And then I have, yeah, that's it. So there will be a portrait of the black cat. So I thought there will only be this black and this black spot. So then there are candles. Perfect. I want them to be black because I only have black candles, of course. Then I was thinking, oh no, I need to add more black, because if I only have black here and there, it will not look balanced. So I was thinking, what can I replace? So I added, I frogged actually. I had this stitch. There were purple vases up here. I thought they would look dimensional, and when I first finished it, I didn't like the way it looks because it is really strong. But now that I'm looking at it, I think I'm getting used to it. Now I'm thinking I need something down here that matches. So ideally it would have been here, but I really like how all of this looks. I really can't add anything black here. So maybe I'm thinking I will erase all purple from this picture, which will be this book and this candle. Or maybe I will keep the candle, I'm not sure yet. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking, to add more black here. I'm worried that it won't be enough, and I will start to want to add black everywhere to just start to get like, because it does change a lot, the black. I know why Stephanie, I think it's Steph, I know why she opted for a gray cat, because the black is really like in your face. Anyway, I don't have much left to do. All I have to do is frog and restitch this book. And then add one plant, add the rest of the leaves, which is not many stitches left. And then add like the portrait and the frame of the cat up here. It's not much to do. I could probably do it in a day. Easy. And this will be a finish next year. I absolutely enjoyed this sale. It was weekly releases and they were very small. So like this shelf was one release, then I think the pillow and the cat were one, then this was one, then this was one, this was one. The cups up there were at the beginning, I think, one, along with this down here, I believe. Then the picture was one. So yeah, it's very doable. It's very easy to keep up with, and I loved it. I love that I can keep up with a sale without stressing myself too much and still having the fun of the sale, of the excitement every Friday when before she sent out the pattern. Thursday night when I go to sleep, I know tomorrow morning I'm waking up to a new part, and I was so excited, and I love this feeling. I love sales so much, but I really try. Yeah, I'm already doing a sale right now. I started another one, and I really expect the Dark Queen Autumn Lane Stitchery sale next year. So I want to prepare for that and not fill up my schedule with other stuff. The color is Forest, and that's everything. I've been talking about this all the time, and I didn't show you the things that I changed. So this is my favorite cup. It's out of the dishwasher, but I want to show you. So this is my favorite cup. It has like a saying about coffee on it. I don't really like coffee obsession too much, even though I drink coffee every day, but it's not my personality. But anyway, that's why I changed the cup, and I made some back stitches, which are not very visible on camera, but it has black stripes, and the golden rim has vanished from the dishwashing, but I'm too lazy to clean it by hand. And then this is my favorite blankie, and I always feel like a wizard when I wrap it around me, when I'm sitting on my desk or in my bed, and I wrap this around me like a cape to warm me, and I have it on my bed, and yeah, I always feel magical and like a wizard, and that's why I changed this to and look how good it fits. It's perfect. Yeah, I didn't want to change the pattern too much. That would be too much of a hassle and more difficult to stitch, but you know what I mean. I see it, and you see it now too. And oh, I forgot, I wanted to add, I stitched 5,800 stitches on this, so there's quite some stitches in here still. I have to be quick now. This is by Mama Witch X Stitch. This is a tiny new start, first 500 stitches. Absolutely love it. She has them for like $2 or something in her shop. When they're on sale, they're even lower than that. And they're so cute. They're a series, and I've bought 3, and I want to stitch all of them and hang them up together. And this will certainly, hopefully, be a finish next year. And I have some framing to do then next year with all those finishes. That's it. Okay, this is the first sale by Needlelot Designs. I love her. I could stitch anything she releases. They're so cute, so pretty, so vibrant. And usually I don't like it too vibrant, but I mean, it's a dark, woody forest where magical animals meet up together. And I, upon her recommendation that she wrote in her like memo pre-sale, she said like dark blues would be awesome because they meet at night. And I thought, okay, I need night and some magic in the air. And for me, that is blue mixed with purple. And so I knew it would be very bright. The colors would be very bright. So the purple is pretty subtle. You see it much more in real life. But, I mean, the background was much more marbled than the front, but I went with a less marbled piece. And yeah, I mixed some purple in, and it has like a beautiful purple dark shade now. And some other people ordered some pieces from me, which makes me so excited to see them stitch on these fabrics. It's crazy. Now, I was almost caught up. I have stitched finally now. I don't have time to stitch on it now, but this will be a priority in the new year as my sell priority after, like, I have 2,000 stitches or 2,500 stitches for Gamer, and I have 1,000 stitches at least for this project. It just started, so you can still join. It's so fun. The colors, it's, you know, it's the perfect amount of color switching for my taste. You know, like many people, especially in Europe, oh no, all over the world, everybody loves Lola Crow, and the designs, I love the look of her designs. They're so intricate and awesome, and they always have like a dark twist, and I love that. But they are so detailed that I can't bring myself to stitch them. These color changes, I would die. I really respect every one of you who stitches those, and I love to see them. I love to look at them. But this is really, really fun. It like flows, and it's like I put hundreds of stitches in, and it feels like I only stitched like half an hour. It goes so fast. It's so easy to do. If you're a beginner, this is, or if you know a beginner, this is like the recommended patterns. I would go for needle art. Yeah, it's beautiful. I'm excited. I love the excitement the day before a new pattern gets released. I know in the morning at noon in European time she will release a new pattern, and when I go to bed I'm already thinking about it. Yeah, fun to stitch, love it. I put 3,300 stitches into this. This is Buttons and Beads Middle Kits. This was a Whip Go start, and I love it. This is an older kit, actually. There's tons of floss. You will be able, as everybody says, I'm pretty sure, you will be able to make 2 of those. And this is where I am. It's very fun to stitch, but it's a bit difficult because you have to like grab the cardboard like weirdly, so I'm always scared that I destroy it, and it's like it's like weird for the hands to hold. But I already ordered Brooks Books Angels, 4 of them, and it's really hard to find in like perforated paper in Germany. It's so hard to find, especially when you want colored ones. And there's like a special cute button and beads and more beads, and there's the packet missing, but I know I've seen it somewhere and I put it somewhere, so I will definitely find it again, but now I can't find it again. But I trust the process. Someday I will find it. And then, maybe that's interesting for you, I put transparent paper on this pattern, so it's reusable, so I can mark it and it helps me counting for my games and for my challenges and tracking and everything. So I'm using, yes, transparent paper. This is like the backings of DHL shipping labels. And yeah, so that's what I'm using here. So maybe that's an idea for you if you want to yeah, not mark off the pattern, but you only have a paper pattern. But it's not like you have to press down and look really close to, it's not like the ideal solution. Maybe there are even thinner papers that work better, but that's everything. I've made it before I ran out of battery. Thank you so much for sticking with me, but I have more to show you. Okay, this wasn't planned, but I have something more for you. So this is the organizing system that I spoke about from the Stitchy Veg. Go follow her on YouTube and Instagram. Even though she's distracted right now, she does all kinds of hobbies. She was into puzzling and now she's into coloring, and she does beautiful stuff still, and still stitches once in a while. But she has an organizing video that I absolutely love. And I bought it. So this is a box. You can get this on Amazon, I think. It's a German brand though. It's Lights. I don't know if you can get it in the US. But it's for hanging file folder systems. And so what she did, and I think it's absolutely genius, she cut these file folders and punched holes into them and used this box to keep, like, I just bought it, so I bought it used from someone from a marketplace. And yeah, so this is how they look originally. It's the ones that have like two that open at the top, so you get two hanging organizers from one file folder. And yeah, so I cut it, I folded over so it's like doubled, and I added a piece of clear tape to it because I want it to last quite a while. Be aware, I have like a quality punch for 1 centimeter holes, and I broke it with this because it's tough. Even though it's not thick, doesn't look thick, doesn't feel thick, like it's like very good craft paper, and adding the piece of tape, like, it broke my punch. But I ordered from a leatherwork store. I ordered like punches that you can, I don't know what it's called in English, but you use it for leatherwork mainly. You use a hammer to punch the holes. You have like, you need a special thing to put underneath so your punch doesn't get broken. But I've ordered that so I can continue. Now the thought behind that is I have so many different kinds of floss. I have 4 kinds of floss now. I have DMC, CXC, I have Max Floss, and I have Iro. And I love all of them. Like CXC not so much anymore because I think Iro and Max are superior, but still for some colors I'm still using CXC and I still have a big stash. So what I was thinking was, how can I have them in one place? So when I'm doing a project that like calls for DMC 500, usually I had to go, oh, do I have it like in CXC? Do I have it? Because I have all in separate boxes. It was such a hassle to kit things up. It took like a day or 2 or 3. And I spent hours just going through all the different boxes to find all the different flosses. So I'm thinking I want to use them to store, use this to store them all in one place. Now she's using, please watch her video, it's amazing. It's in German only, but you don't really need to know what she's saying. You see, it's visually beautiful. So you put a sticker with the DMC label on it, and she uses plastic rings, and then on these plastic rings you can add like the tags, the full skeins. You can just thread the skein into the ring. You can, I'm ordering like smaller rings that I can put unlabeled or unbobbinated, no, like not bobbinated, but like floss that's just flying around for now. You can use floss cards and also specialty floss, which is mostly already on floss cards. You can hang these onto these plastic rings. They're not here yet, so maybe I'm showing you when I'm finished in another video, maybe next year. It could take a year to finish all that. It's a lot of work, but I really hope that in the future it will help me kit up things way faster, because all the different types of flosses are in one place, in one box, which is like, there's no dust coming into it, there's no, like, it looks neat, It's all in one place, and I absolutely love this idea. You will see, like, I don't need to bobbinate. I dislike bobbins very, very much. I think it's way too much work. I mean, it looks nice when it's bobbinated, but I don't like it. Gets crinkly the further you go. You empty your bobbin, and I hate stitching with these crinkles in it, and I don't want to like use a flat iron and iron them straight. I will do that probably when I add them to the storage solution, but probably if I have floss on bobbins, I will just put them on tiny floss cards. I've ordered like pre-punched floss cards, and I just put a sticker on it that says which brand it is, which color number, and then hang them in here, and I'm good, and I can reuse these floss cards over and over again. So it's going to be one big huge project, but I hope it will save me a lot of time in the long run. Okay, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Oh no, wait a second, I still have something to show you. So I have all IKEA, like most of what my furniture is IKEA, because I'm a poor girl, and because of that all the boxes I had for these Kallax, these square boxes, were like gifted to me or very cheap from like wherever I found them. And so this year I earned a little bit of money, so I have like a normal low income, not a below poverty line income. So this was one that I used before, and it was super sloppy and fell apart almost, and I'm using it now for putting away other things. But I bought the original IKEA ones, and they're so superior, and I'm so happy that I purchased those. I'm like very hesitant to buy anything except for cross stitch. But yeah, I absolutely love it. I got these boxes here, and I really wanted to do a video of my stash and how I transfer them from the old boxes to the new ones. So I'm seeing that, like, I have a 1x4 Kallax right beside my bed, and I can look at night at these, but the boxes were so ugly that I put a piece of fabric over it so I don't see them, and now I can see how neat all these boxes look like. And I would think it would be so fun to film a video about me transferring my kits and kitted up things that I have in the other ugly boxes to these beautiful IKEA original, which are really sturdy and nice, and they really make a difference. And probably everybody of you already uses these. I didn't, so now I'm part of the Neat Girls Club. And yes, I love this as a way of storing them. I've seen many people have them just like that in the Kallax, but as I'm living like on a super tiny flat, I every little thing that lies around that like disturbs the view makes the room look very cluttered. Like the room looks very cluttered very fast, so I'm trying to tone down the decoration and everything and make it look as minimalistic as possible to make it look tidy, because it looks so cluttered so quickly. So that's really the last update here.